how we hide them. I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
And we don't know why. Who knows?
Yeah. We're on our own rhythm today because it is not Saturday.
No, this is completely wrong.
Here in the past. So our audio file was corrupted.
No, it was stupider than that, but I wanted to save your reaction for the podcast.
Okay, tell me what happened.
So
the initial one.
The truth? You want the truth or the initial story? The initial story was
both.
The audio got corrupted. Shucks, now we have to redo it.
And then
that sounds a lot worse than I gave away our computer. She looks.
What?
Yep, just gave it away.
What the fuck?
Sounds worse when I put it that way. Steph was going to buy it from me forever ago before the podcast because it's just sitting around doing nothing. And I swore that I took the audio and put it on the USB and had everything on my computer upstairs.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Apparently I didn't. So when we formatted it, we wiped all the good audio.
Oh, no.
And now Steph has a computer and I don't have an episode.
Oops. That's, wow.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
A+ on my part.
Not at all what I expected to hear.
Nope. That's
I was like, something exploded. There was a fire. 3 people died.
Well, internally me a little bit.
And then I couldn't bear to use the audio because all I could hear over it was the screams of those dying people.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was all that horribleness. No, I what's funny is that I realized it after. So like she came over to work on computers and like we worked on turning 4 into 3 good ones basically. Okay. The one in here was ready to go and I was already planning on giving it to her, so I just pulled it out, did whatever. She formatted it. Good to go. And we'll work on the other ones and we make 2 good ones out of it.
Yeah.
And then that night I woke up in a panic because I realized what happened. It's like, oh, no, it's probably fine.
Your poor brain was like, we did an oops.
We did a big oops. Oh, yeah, it was intense. But here we are. So that explains why we're recording on a Wednesday.
On Wednesday after I've already been to work. So I'm a little just weird right now anyway.
Yeah. We're just in a weird headspace in general. It's just, and the day sucks. Yeah. It's just weird times.
Yeah.
Plus, this will be better than the other one. The other one was more
low energy rather than chaotic.
Not even low energy. It was just aimless, I guess. Like, it wasn't even interesting anecdotes. It was just 2 people existing, which can be comforting sometimes, I guess. But I want to be entertaining at least. Yeah. Put on makeup and make me look like a clown and I'll dance around or something. Who knows?
Except that you don't look like a clown. You look like you fell out of a magazine when we put you in makeup.
I didn't tell you about that? I fell out of a magazine. I could have sworn I told you about that.
Isn't there a song about that, the centerfold?
I think so. Huh.
I'm in love with the centerfold? Is that what it is? I swear that's it.
You're making me feel like I'm about to remember something, but
I need it. Hold on.
It's got to be a thing. So what do? Do we do like a 1.5 week weekly catch up?
Yeah, probably. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Because there was no weekly recap. Haha. It's gone.
Now we got to do the thing.
Centerfold. Yeah, it's a song. Okay, got it.
You were right.
Sorry, I needed to know. The ADHD was like, you know this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, 1.5 week recap time.
Check in.
It's time for the 1.5
I winked.
Say that 5 times fast.
No, I can't. I couldn't even say it 1 time.
You turned into like the Netherlands for a minute.
It's in the blood. I can't help it.
Oh my god, one of my children the other day was like, "Miss, do you tan?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Why are you brown?" And I was just like,
you can't just ask somebody why they're white.
It's like, "Cause I'm mixed, you weirdo." And then they went around telling all the other teachers that my dad's black, and I was just like,
I used to do that as a kid.
Why?
I wanted that cred. I wanted to fit in somewhere. I didn't want to be the white kid in school.
See, I'm like the weird mutt person.
I don't know. If I tan, I look more like a Native American, so I had that going. At least for the first half of the year, like coming back from Grand Lake, be all tan.
Yep. Oh, that makes me sad.
Oh, we might go.
Really?
You might actually rent the Thompson's place.
Yeah, he was talking about that last week.
Yeah.
No,
2 weeks ago.
Saturday.
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever day. I don't know.
When it happened, it happened.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if that happened, you'd have to come up with,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We need help tutoring and
Yeah.
doing things. Anyways, so my week
Week and some
week
change.
plus. Week plus. It's like a new game plus.
Week plus. Okay.
I dislocated a bunch. My knee I dislocated last night. I dislocated my back again. Or something popped in my back. While sitting. Just sitting. Just doing normal shit. Smashed a tooth yesterday. The front one this time.
Oh no.
It sucked. I burned my hand and I went to bite my lip and it shattered on my lip.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you cut your lip up?
A little bit.
Oh fuck.
Just a little bit. I really need to get that addressed. It's on the to-do, urgent, but we need time and money.
The money's the big one.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
I'm like, I need a crown before this filling goes away. And I'm putting that off as long as possible.
Yeah. Man. I mean, other than that, I can't think of anything. Been doing a lot of spending time with the kids, which has been nice because they had break last week.
Yeah.
So that was fun. When they have time for me. Anymore, they just want to be online.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got their friend group. They're established people.
Which is cool. And they will spend time with me if I go in there and ask them to.
You're like, come hither.
I have to ask them now.
Come, child.
They're still at the phase where they're like, yeah, let's go hang out with Dad. This sounds fun. So I'm still in the clear for now.
You got some years, I think.
Hopefully. Yeah. And then you had time.
Yep. Time happened to me.
I've been afflicted with time.
I have a terminal case of time.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah. God help me, I have no idea what happened last week.
Oh, I remember. It's not worth talking about.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I can tell you from Wednesday onward, maybe.
I was gonna say you had hospital visits and then.
Yeah. Okay. So wait. So there was something on the 19th that I had to pull up because I have it in my pain journal, like a grown up. What the fuck?
Like you're grown up with a chronic illness.
Yep. Yeah. What the fuck was last week? What are the dates? I need the dates.
I really hope that's the title of the.
Yeah. No. So on the 19th. So that Tuesday, I worked out in the evening and I had to stop because my legs started spasming so badly that I couldn't move from this curled position.
Yeah,
because I couldn't lift any of it. It was horrible, and that went on and on and on. And I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. And then I went home.
Calm down, Mike.
Wow.
Your bag's not on it anymore.
I am the hot mess express, guys. It's been a day. There we go. Okay. Yep. So then I went home and then my foot spasmed so bad that I took a video of it and it dislocated my toe in the video. And then I had to relocate my toe in the video. And then since then it's just been a downward spiral of dislocating myself through spasms.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I worked out a lot. So I worked out 3 times within 7 days. Yeah. Yeah, that was all fine and dandy except for the spasms that just suck. Ugh. And then work this week has been crazy. And then yesterday my face decided to swell up like a balloon again. It's been 5 weeks. It's ridiculous. So it started swelling. Actually, so I felt it starting
the night before,
on Monday, right? Because I was like, why does my face burn? It was just this, I had been sunburned almost. And then in the morning I woke up and it was swollen and red. And then throughout the day it progressed with the swollen and red. And I did the whole antihistamine gambit run. And then finally after work, and then my husband's car broke down. Which is great because that's going to be $5,000 to fix.
Only.
Brand new clutch needs to go in there. Fuck. So I had to drive to the middle of fucking nowhere. I left work early to go get him from the shop that he took it to.
Right.
And then drop him off at his parents to borrow one of their cars. And then I went straight to urgent care.
What a journey. Jesus.
Yeah, it was exciting.
whatever happens to your face has been happening to me similarly.
Really?
Because I was making faces. I remember my face was burning the other day.
Yeah.
And then but I only get it in my hairline, like where my beard is, and in my actual hair.
Swelling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it all turns red and swells up, and then it turns into like MCASy mess.
Yeah.
And then I have to like let it shed and then like lotion it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's exactly the cycle. So it swells up, and then all of the skin decides to shed off because it's been traumatized by the swelling, and you have to sit through the like peely phase. Oh, it was funny because I got to the urgent care, and I was like, I was checking myself in. She's like, so what's going on? I was like, my face is swollen. It's itchy. It's burning. Like, it hurts. I'm not happy. I know what they need to do. And she was like, allergic reaction. I was like, MCAS. Like, I have dysautonomia. And right away, the lady checking me in was like, oh, okay, gotcha. And then the male nurse that I saw was super funny. He was very tickled that I call the body Karen. He thought that was fabulous.
He can relate.
Yeah. And he was great. And then they took me back. He was like, okay, so it sounds like you know what you need to do. Like, this has happened before. Let's go get you fast tracked. So they put me in fast track. And then the doctor comes in, looks at my face, and is like, oh, yeah, it is swollen. I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Good job.
You did WebMD is the, so it is a problem. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then I'm like, here's what they did last time. This has happened before. My body does whatever the fuck it wants, whenever the fuck it wants.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, it says here you can't take prednisone. I was like, I don't like to. It makes my skin hurt, but that's the trade-off. I would rather do that than have my face peeling forever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do that. And while I'm there, I just feel fucking awful. Like, my left shoulder dislocated. Because the weather was not nice last night.
Oh,
it was
no.
just bad.
That dreary, cold, wet.
Yeah.
No.
Like bone deep hurt. It was not good. And so they came back and she was like, oh, I can prescribe you antibiotics. And I was like, that's not at all what I need.
Because you have a face infection all of a sudden?
That's what she thought for a minute. And I was like, no.
It's
no. We're going to do a steroid injection and then I'm going to leave. And so they come back with 1 ml instead of the 2 that they did last time, which cleared it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
And even like at this juncture, I'm still swollen in places, and I have like really angry, like, you know how the texture of your skin just changes? It just turns into something else. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, it's not skin anymore. Yeah. So that was yesterday. And then I have prednisone that I'm supposed to take for 5 days. Instead of just doing the fucking shot.
The pills are so bad for me. And the injections. The prednisone.
It all just sucks. Yeah. We don't like it. It doesn't do nice things to us.
No.
It's rude.
Very.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it.
You could have just given me 2 shots and we could be done instead of making me take hell.
Right.
For 5
Maybe
days.
they're just trying to see if one works, and like,
well, dead end.
I'm trying
to
put a positive spin on it. Like,
I don't
maybe
like
it
your
wasn't
positive
malicious.
skin. I'm gonna skin.
My positive skin. I don't have any.
I'm positive that my skin hates me.
Yeah.
Fuck your positiveness. No.
So they were trying to be nice to you.
Fuck those guys.
They didn't
and their mothers.
They listened to you at least.
Yes.
Like, you got
up until that
prednisone.
point, yeah, they
Until
were doing a really good job
mattered.
until it was a female doctor.
You just do not do well with female doctors.
No, it's because I'm too fucking direct, and I don't.
It's got to be a female to female connection thing, because I don't have that problem. I'm just straight up about everything.
But you're super charming.
Yeah.
And pretty.
They know. Don't lie to them. They've seen me.
I'm gonna have to beat him.
I don't see it.
That's fine. You're blind.
I sarcasm
I'm
so
blind.
hard that I went blind.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna make you go blind with the sarcasm eye roll.
Oh. Now they're stuck up there.
That was a whole thought that I had, a whole conversation I just had with you. We don't even talk about it.
With yourself in your brain.
Well, I was thinking it as a subject to talk about for a little bit. I'm at a point where I don't pay attention to symptoms anymore. You know, if you hadn't said anything just then, I wouldn't have connected the burning on my face and the swelling to actually being connected.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I just
it's MCAS.
It sucks. My face hurts now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't give it any processing power until it becomes obtrusive, I guess.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if my whole face was turning red
Yeah.
and swelling, not just hidden where you know what I
Right.
mean. And it's interesting because we've had a lot of experiences that we validate that way.
Yeah.
Like we make connections after the fact. We're
Uh-huh.
like, oh, so you had, oh, that makes sense.
Right.
Like there's a ton of that.
Right. So much of that. Because I'm like, and I get what you mean, like not paying attention to symptoms anymore. Like stuff just happens.
Yeah.
And then when it gets super annoying, that's when I seek out help. And then they do the help and I go back to being a trash mammal.
Fact.
That's how that works. Yeah.
I mean, I have a button that Kaylee made and says I'm a trash mammal, so
Yeah.
or I'm a total trash mammal.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I did a thing on Friday last week. I went out with
Oh yeah, you
my
socialized.
coworkers, yeah, for a little while to drink. And I MCAS'd myself also, which was fun. Because alcohol.
Yeah,
you
but it was
know,
planned. You knew it was gonna happen.
whatever. Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh no.
Well, it really kind of was. Because I was already MCASing for something.
Oh, so you went in and just kind of made it worse.
Yeah. I can't remember why. Oh, I worked out the night before. That's why. So I was already MCASing. And then I went and I did alcohol. And then I was super MCASing. And then this, like yesterday. It was just like, your face is going to swell up and burn.
Yeah.
We don't know why, but it is. And it does. And it did. Stupid.
I don't like the MCAS stuff.
No.
I'm done with of all of it. That's the stomach stuff I think is probably.
That I'm used to, though, I think. At
I
this
was about to
point.
say that
Yeah.
it's become part of the normal. Like I didn't realize
Right.
I had bad heartburn until they actually decided to treat it one time.
Right?
And
And
then
then
I
you're
was
like,
like-
holy shit, I was in pain.
I was like, I didn't eat a lot because of how much pain it caused.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and I've been food shy again. I'm annoyed about that. Because I had oh yeah, that was also last week when I threw up at work.
Oh yeah.
And then was able to eat again. So I had a 3-day fast, I think. That was I couldn't put food in my body. My body was just like, no.
It was that where you smell it, your body rejects it. Like,
Yeah.
nope.
I was like,
we're
it
not
did
doing
not
food.
pass the gag test. We're not eating food.
Yeah.
And then I threw up at work. Which was great and fun and lovely. And then I went home and I ate a burger. Because then I was like, hey, I can eat again. What the fuck? Yeah. And then I binged for 3 or 4 days. And then
yeah, you have to because
this is day 2 of, I looked at food.
Gotta
I
get
sort
the
of
food
tasted
in.
it. And then I didn't want it anymore.
I did that today.
Yeah.
Jen was like, "Here, I made food," and I was like, oh, "I'm gonna eat it because I have to."
The worst is when you your body decides no thank you while you're chewing it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I fucking hate that. And you're like, oh no. Abort mission. But shit, there's already food in my mouth. Oh my god, don't gag.
I always do
we can't swallow it. What do
yeah,
we do?
I always try. I'm like, I can do it.
And then
I'll
yeah,
just swallow
you just
it.
take a bunch of water and try to take it like a pill. Yeah.
It doesn't help. Doesn't work either usually.
And that's when I almost choke, and then it's great. Because I'm gagging and swallowing at the same time.
Has it ever become an awkward social thing where people would call you up? Well, not
Yes.
family, but socially. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like someone who doesn't know better, being, why don't you eat?
Yeah.
Like-
Well, it's that same
or
when
they
I was
take it
kids, and it
in a
was
weird
oh,
way.
she's got an eating disorder.
You know what I mean? Like if you went to a friend's house as a kid and didn't
Right.
eat, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"You don't like my food."
Yeah. That was my whole childhood.
I was a
At
fucking Kirby.
My own house.
I devoured everything, all the time.
Until you had bleeding ulcers.
They're not connected. Don't worry about it.
It was all those batteries you ate. I don't know.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it, but you know me.
I regret the battery.
That's the only thing I regret eating. They're gonna think I didn't actually eat batteries. It was not a thing. As a kid, even I didn't eat weird shit. I wasn't that kid.
I ate dog food.
I was about to say I once tried dog treats and they were okay.
They tasted like regular Cheerios.
Yeah.
And then I had to stop. I got yelled at a lot for saying that the regular Cheerios tasted like dog food. And I was like, but I know what dog food tastes like, and it tastes like fucking dog food.
Yeah.
Don't know what to tell you.
It's a fact. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you ever get getting back on subject? Did you ever
Having to explain yourself
Right.
to somebody.
well, and not knowing at the time too, if we were
Oh, yeah.
younger, how would you even go about being like, well, I'm just not hungry? I mean, I said that
There
lot.
was a lot
but-
of that. A lot of that was just oh, I'm not hungry. or like, oh, I ate earlier, or
Oh yeah.
like, and it sounds so bad because it is all the things you say with like an eating disorder, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
So I mean, it's not super surprising that they were like, anorexic right there. I was like, nah, I can eat sometimes, but not all the times,
Yeah. You had a
and not
Cholula
when
phase.
I want. Yeah.
Like the only way to get food into you was with Cholula.
Yep. Yeah. And then it was smoothies for a little while. Oh yeah, that was the stupid ass linear thought that my brain went through. Yesterday. So Randy was sitting at the table eating, I got like butter pecan ice cream or something. And I looked at it and I was like, I want ice cream. And I was like, no, I don't want ice cream. I want sherbet. You don't really like sherbet. It tastes like just sugar. What you really want is pureed fruit that is frozen. But not a smoothie. And then I had to stop because I was like, did I really just think that? But not a smoothie. What did I want?
You wanted it sans milk. Or liquid. Just like...
Yeah, just the pureed frozen fruit. That's what
baby
I wanted.
Food.
I don't...
You wanted baby food. Just not the gross vegetable baby
I don't
food.
know why. Yeah, no, that was my thought that I followed and was like, wow. That was
when you got there, you're like, I
really
did this.
fucking stupid. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I brought myself here.
And I hate it.
Yeah, why? I do it all the time.
Why am I like this?
I always externalize them though. Like I'll laugh at myself and be like, "Hey Jen,
I had to tell Randy. I told him exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I don't know. I am broken."
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very much.
I was like, "My God, my brain is just an idiot. What the fuck?"
It has a filter though, like
Sometimes.
the intelligent filter. Like
Yeah.
you're able to stop it.
Yeah.
You were able to go, "Hey, that's a weird thought,"
Yeah.
and then you said it. It wasn't like you just said it and went, "Oh shit."
I know. I want pureed frozen fruit, but not a smoothie. Brain had to specify. Apparently, I was like, "What the fuck? Why? What is this?"
It's a weird cravings, man.
I know. Just bizarre, stupid. But yeah, no, even now, I think there is some like backlash to it, especially if like lunch is covered or something by work. And then I can't eat. And I'm like, I looked at it. I smelled it. Not happening. And then there are days where I'm like, eat everything in sight.
Wow, that's got to be conflicting.
Don't care what it is. It's mine now.
If they didn't understand you, I can imagine that being really awkward, being like, "Oh, I refuse to eat your food, but I'm going to eat all this other food."
Yeah.
Not at the same time, but like
right. But
when they're trying to track like you as a person,
like
that
cyclically,
doesn't
I'm
make-
like, I don't like food today.
Mhm.
Well, and that's what they'll say. Like, I have coworkers who are like, "Hey, I'm ordering something. Do you want anything?" And I was like, "I don't even know if I like food today."
Yeah.
Well, let me think about it. And then yesterday, I did eat lunch, which was something. So I put a spicy potato soft taco in my face. I ordered 2, and then I just couldn't get the other one in. Oh well.
Right.
Like 1 out of 2 ain't bad, I guess.
I kind of got
Yeah.
there.
But it's so interesting. It's funny how like the coworkers that I'm closest to kind of take the lead in educating the newer people
That's nice.
about me, which is funny to me in a way. And it doesn't feel icky
No.
like it would somewhere else
They're
or
trying
in
to
a different
beat
context.
the negative
Right. Or like
assumptions.
right.
Right? Like they're like, "Oh, I could see how this could be interpreted wrong.
Yeah.
Let me beat them too." Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're not condescending or
No,
anything.
it's nothing like that. It's always just been like, "Oh yeah, that's Karina. She's a fucking disaster." But lovingly.
I want to introduce you to somebody that way.
This is Karina. She's a fucking
I think you've met all my
mess.
friends, unfortunately. So I can't be like, "This is my fucking disaster of a sister." And then be shocked and be like, "What? It's true."
Just because it's true doesn't mean we say it. That's a lie.
We'll say it to ourselves, but
Yeah.
it's different. It's different. Oh, I got in trouble.
Oh.
Well, I shouldn't say it.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about you got called out on the last podcast
Did I?
by
Well, this was a separate time I got called out.
Oh,
This
okay.
happened again 2 days ago.
Okay. I want to hear the story.
I'm probably going to hear about it. during the PTSD podcast, we said something like, it wasn't. I'm trying to remember the way he worded it, the way it was interpreted. No. I need you to live.
I swallowed backwards again. And I was just like clinging. I'm like,
It's kind of what I did earlier. I'm sorry.
tickle cough. I'm good.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what I said. And it was, I think I was referring to the moment about not, it was the opposite of letting go. So I guess it was fighting the pain.
Oh,
And-
like
What were we saying?
we were talking about like moving, how your instinct is always to move away from the pain instead of like taking a moment and breathing it in, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to
Okay.
remember the conversation, but I got homework. I have the Enchiridion now, which I have to
What is
read.
that?
You don't know what the Enchiridion was? I'll show you. It's
I
not long. It's a
might.
collection of short stories.
Okay.
It's a manual for living when you break it down.
Oh,
in
like
Latin.
parables. Okay.
Yeah. And the gist of the conversation was that I need to learn to let it be. Like we've talked
when
about.
we've talked about like it's not good or bad, it just is.
It just is.
Yes.
Which
Okay.
is, he was lecturing me on that, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you missed the episode where we talk about that specific thing.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to something in the moment, like during the PTSD moment.
Yeah.
There is none of that.
Right.
There is no
because
reason.
your first reaction is so like primal and
Right.
like your brain is going danger and you're like, but not actually danger.
But I got homework because of it. I mean, he's watching at least. That's good.
That's interesting. I don't know about that.
It's good. Now you're gonna get all awkward and clam up,
No.
right? I was gonna say
No.
you
Can I?
Really?
Do I do that? No.
be ashamed of yourself.
I spent a lot of years doing that and now
You burned out on
I
it.
just
You
have no
spent up
shame.
all of that
Yeah.
emotion. Oh,
No shame.
I saw a cool TikTok about having spoons and having fucks and how
Oh yes,
They-
how they're different. Yes,
Yeah.
I love that one.
that was a good one.
So good. Yes, if you have foons
Well,
foons and spucks.
if you have fucks and spoons, then everybody's in trouble because you have
Yeah.
the energy to do it.
And you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking do it.
If you have spoons but no fucks, what was that one? That one is
I don't remember.
pretty chillax, right?
It was like hanging out. Yeah.
I know the last one is staying in bed.
Yeah.
The no spoons and no fucks. But
Yep.
then there's also all the fucks and no spoons.
Yeah, which is a frustrating state of being.
Yeah. Oh, that's when he was saying that he does the damaging himself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When you have all the
Clean
fucks
house,
to give
hurt body.
and no spoons.
Yes.
That's clean house, hurt body.
Yes. I spent a whole day cleaning my house this last week too.
You have lots of fucks to give.
I worked out a lot, and so I was like, stay in motion forever.
Oh, yeah.
Never rest because consequences. And then consequences.
And then consequences.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have
That's fair.
another workout tomorrow. Oh, and I've been doing a lot of like stretching. I've tried to like
Healthy
stretch
stretching.
every night.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the movement by David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started doing some of that.
I liked his because they're like short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's like, it's almost meditative, right?
Yeah, because
Like,
you're focusing on
the now and
specific-
like for me, it's a lot about like the sensation
Yeah,
and trying to find where I can reach that correct stretch.
exactly. You're trying to track that, so you're super in the moment because you're trying to track exactly the correct movement and what
Right.
it feels like,
And,
so you
like,
can remember it.
What
and-
muscles I have to move, like what muscles I have to be in control of
Yeah.
to be able to get where I need to go. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's very like, I don't know, it's kind of ritualistic
Yeah,
and it feels good.
yeah.
So that's my like mindful practice that I've been.
I don't like
doing.
that gets put out there that we shouldn't do stretches because stretching's so good
Mm-hmm.
and it is needed to
Yeah.
develop correctly and
Well,
to
and the other
retrain.
thing is that like, just because we're hypermobile doesn't mean that we're like flexible.
right.
It's not the same thing. And I can tell you right now, like for somebody who can put their leg behind their head, my hip flexors suck.
Yeah,
They're super fucking tight. And it fucks my shit up. But that's the thing is that we like, and I think we're too good at compensating.
oh yeah.
Like
Well,
as a condition with EDS.
when you're growing up with it, especially like your body just takes over and it's like, well, you want to do this thing, so we'll do it this way, I guess.
Right. It's like it rewires everything. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we can't get past here. We're going to reroute it this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on it fucks us because we're like walking like idiots.
Why can't I do that with trauma? Just rewire it.
You can. It's called
EMDR. Yes. I mean, like as the growing up part.
Oh, yeah.
Your brain just naturally like, you know what? We don't need that.
Just leave that there.
So we're just going to
On the
make
ground.
new pathways.
Oh, and then I had like a really hard day with the kids the
Mm.
other day. And then I punished myself. It was great. So that was the day that I had 2 children in tears with almost the exact same problems.
Right.
But they were very reflective of my own trauma. And so I had to like recount a lot of it to them and like really, and you know, when you're being empathetic, you can go deeper, and if you need, like, you can tell the other person needs you to go deeper than surface level, like, oh, that's not true,
places
and
that you
it's
wouldn't
not your
normally
fault.
go.
Yeah,
you would go.
And so I had to go to the place of it hurts, it sucks, and it's always gonna hurt.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry that that's the
case. I hate that when the truth comes out that way, and then like you startle yourself after the fact.
Yes,
You're like, oh,
exactly. And then I had to like process that thought, and I was like, fuck.
It's like a known truth that your subconscious is like, hey, you can help them if you just tell them the truth.
Right.
And you're like, okay, wait a minute, you sneaky subconscious.
Yep. So I had to do that twice in the same day. And then I went home and I was like, I'm just going to make myself sad now by Facebook stalking people I should not. And then I was sad.
I remember those days.
It was not a fun time. And I haven't done that in like at least a year.
No, it's been a long time.
It's been a while. Like I'd been doing really well. And I mean, the sads didn't last long. It was fine. But I just had to really process that moment and then be like, well, shit, I just told them the truth that like I'm aware of. I know, like, it doesn't ever feel good, but like I don't know. It's like a paper cut.
Yeah.
You forget that it's there until you pour something on it.
Right. In this case, like lemon juice and salt.
Yeah. Lots of that with some hot sauce in there.
Oh my God. I do that though. Like I do this with the PTSD, like shooting trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get into it and like, I gotta watch documentaries about school shootings. I've gotta have fucking flashbacks. Let's get into it.
Right?
Let's
exactly
go
it. It was
full
like,
on.
oh, flashback time. I guess we're going in.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like I'm gonna purposely trigger myself.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
Why? I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, like self-destructively, but
no,
it still sucked afterwards.
Yeah.
But I was glad like I had those experiences to give to them and go, here's the thing, I can't fix it, but I can tell you that I understand.
That's how I feel about most of the EDS stuff at this point in the podcast. Right. Like we can at least share it.
Mm-hmm.
Before I hated it, I was like, it's pointless. There's no reason for it. But
right.
At least now we can share
mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's something.
That's exactly it. So, yeah, it was a lot of that. It was a lot of like, you know, it was just flashback central where I was like, oh shit, here we fucking go. And then explaining to my kid, I was like, you could be the most successful person and it's still not going to be enough for who you're trying to.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
a them problem, not a you problem.
Exactly. And then I told her, I was like, here's the deal. All those labels that you're picking up, they're not yours and you don't need them. There you go.
Right.
I was like, you don't have to carry them around. Just because they were thrown at you doesn't mean they're yours now.
Such a good teacher.
I hope so.
Dude, if I heard that again, it's one of those things. I wish someone would have told me that in high school.
Right?
Fuck.
Well, and I think that's part of what it is like, I want to be the support system that we never had.
Yeah.
And that we didn't get to have. And like, it's all those moments of like, somebody should have been there for me so I can at least play that role for somebody else.
Yeah. That's fair.
So, yeah. And I don't even think it's like intentional. Like, it's not saviorism. It's just
no,
like,
you're not going out of your way to
fill
seek
a need.
it.
Yeah.
Right. No, you don't have a complex.
Right. For me, it is. It's really just like see a need, fill a need.
Yeah.
And it's very much that like ADHD brain of, you know exactly what to say and when to say it. And I just have that gift, I guess.
I do that with stuff and with like emotions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Where like with the computer, there's a need. I have a thing. Why not just fix the problem? Like I had the means. Why not just do it? Yeah. It throws people off though.
Yes. I had to explain it to my kids that I was like, the same kids. I was like, here's the deal. You go into the world with a lot of empathy because you've been through shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then we're shocked when the rest of humanity isn't like that.
Dude.
And that's a hard fucking realization
That's
to be like,
the most
oh my
painful
God.
realization.
Right.
I
Like,
remember fighting with that over and over again.
It's like you are so considerate of other people and you just want somebody somewhere to be considerate of you one time.
But you want that when you need it the most is the thing.
Yeah.
So like you're already in a really bad spot and you're like, I wish someone would just do that for me now.
Right.
And then when it doesn't come your way, you're like,
And
what
you
the
also
fuck?
like, there's no good way to ask for it. Like
No.
once you've asked for it, it's already you. Like I need someone else to be in control for a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. I love my job. I really do. But
Why'd
that
you
was
say it like that then?
exhausting.
I love my job.
I really, really love my job. But that was
Adore your job.
It's
It's a rough job.
Yeah.
The way you approach it, especially by caring, and
yeah, fuck. How dare I?
you should just quit and go move to Canada.
Never.
Do some weird mathematical teacher bullshit.
My sweet boy got accepted to Metro already.
Nice.
I'm so proud of him.
This isn't the podcast guy, is it?
Different kiddo.
I want
Older.
that kiddo to do better. He deserves better. Just give him our podcast setup. Here you go.
Here you go. We saw a need.
We don't need it.
He keeps telling me that I need to be Trisha Paytas, who I fucking hate.
Why do you need to be Trisha Paytas?
I don't fucking know. Apparently she has a podcast now. But
She had a podcast and she ruined it.
she ruins everything she touches. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. She
Yeah.
had a really successful podcast and then burned that bridge and then
She's got like the Midas touch, only everything she touches turns into just dog shit.
eventually. Like it'll do really well for a bit and then it just
It's golden dog shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's sorry.
I'm sure they don't mean it in a bad way.
No, he doesn't have the same context we do,
Right.
where we know her to be this like self-serving, just asshat human being.
Right.
So I was like, I don't think you know what I know. He was like, but miss, that was a long time ago. And I was like, it was not. It was not a long time ago.
Their scope of time is so skewed.
I was realizing that. I was like, holy shit. What I used to consider a long time is not a long fucking time at all.
No, I see that all the time with my kids.
Yeah.
Like
Holy shit.
when a day is forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That day can still be forever, but that's like
Not in the same way.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like remembering yesterday versus the day before, and like, yeah, no.
Right.
My brain's just like, we got some stuff sometime.
We have some
I
things.
don't know.
We should probably go on break.
Yes, I agree. 'Cause I have to...
That's the only reason we go on break.
No, shut the fuck up.
It's always because she has to be.
God damn it. No, it's not.
It's never for self-care or healthy reasons. This
What is
one.
healthy? What the fuck? We don't know what that word means.
No. We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying to find the meaning of the word. Anyway.
That's what this is. It's been a long journey to find the meaning of the word healthy. And we still don't know. Sorry.
We're nowhere closer than we were.
Yeah, I know. All right. So do your stuff. Look after you
Drink water. Take your meds. Eat something if you can.
if you can. See if there's like some sunlight, or maybe curl up next to a vent if you want some.
That's where I'm
warmth.
at. I'm at the curl
Yeah.
next to a warm vent.
I
kind
do
of
that all the
a
time.
vibe.
Hmm.
I'd open the window and show them, but it's not nice out.
It's gross. I don't like it at all.
No.
I don't.
It's Seattle dreary.
Yeah, it's the leftovers from the bomb cyclone.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Anyway.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Bye. Welcome back. How was your break?
Did you do the things?
Mm.
I hope you did some of the things.
We tried, but it's very cold outside.
Yeah,
It's gnarly.
but we found chips.
We have chips.
And they have
Brand-
salt on them.
Branded chips. You can get your own Fantastic Pains chips.
It's chip brand
Chip brand chips. Brought to you by Salsa.
for kids.
Those are the
Nice
sugar-covered ones.
French. Sugar-covered chips.
Now for kids.
Now for kids.
Parents, do you hate when your kids refuse to eat party chips? Why are you obsessed over such a weird thing? Whatever. We have kid chips now. Great.
Baby beer.
Yeah, baby beer.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. We're
I'm
in a
not.
really weird headspace today. I
It
worked
is
a
what it
full
is.
day,
Yeah.
and then I had PD at the end of the day. And last time I had PD, I had an emotional support baby, and that was awesome because our kids have volleyball after school,
Yeah.
and they didn't have sitters. And so we just got a baby, and that was great. And then this week, I looked at the kid, and I was like, you didn't bring my baby. Because Mom was home with the baby.
Oh.
Because sometimes they come together, and sometimes they, like, take shifts.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, no baby. And so I didn't think I was going to have an emotional support baby today for meetings. And then when my other kids came in with her baby, and she was like, I need childcare. And we were like, baby.
Oh, we care.
So I had an emotional support baby.
That's good.
It was great. It's my favorite. I'm like, I need an emotional support baby for every meeting. It's the only way I'm attending meetings from now on.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
What was it? Something about babies. I was watching something and there were babies. I was like, I miss babies. Babies are cute.
I know, I'm like, I'm really good at babies. But also, I like to sleep. When I can
you might
sleep.
get lucky because, I mean,
You
our
could have a
kids-
Sophie. That's true.
Sophie was amazing. She was on like schedule. She didn't.
Easy, baby.
She was like, I'm awake. I have food now, and then she was asleep. Easy.
I think we'd be okay. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not too worried about
Well,
it.
you'd have help.
Yeah.
You have a lot of family.
Yeah.
They would be like, let's take care of baby.
Mhm. Yeah.
Not me though. Don't ever ask me.
You hate babies.
I don't even want to meet your kids. I don't want them to know I exist. I want them to be like, where do you go Saturday?
Narnia.
Narnia business.
You can't go. Shut the fuck up right now. That was awful and amazing at the same time, and I'm angry about it.
Yeah, well, that's me.
I have
all in
big
one.
feelings.
Awesome and horrible all at the same time.
We're kind of the worst.
Just a little.
Yep. So what were we going to talk about?
Oh,
We
yeah,
actually
yeah.
came up with a good topic for you.
Well, something we've experienced and
A
that
topic.
we were talking about with other people over the week. We were talking about pain medications because we've kind of talked about it, but we haven't gone into depth. Like,
Right.
I've run the gamut. I've tried everything. Like, we went from normal meds to extended reliefs to just everything on the Medicare list at the
Yeah.
time. We
Yeah,
went through.
anything Medicaid would give
Medicaid,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. So what did you start with, like, way back in the beginning?
It was just
it
Vicodin.
always? Oh, okay. I wondered.
Yeah, no, we tried Vicodin and it helped for a little bit. It
Mhm.
was okay. It didn't really last that long.
Yeah.
Which was a problem because I was taking like one every couple days
Mhm.
in the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
Then it was Percocet, and then we were on that until I got to the point where I needed surgeries and like 24-hour
Yeah.
doses. So then we tried extended reliefs. Oh god, they were so bad. They are so bad. They made me feel so shit.
Well, and you were so sick. Anytime you had to come down, like, it was awful.
Mm-hmm. Yo, because they're
They
always
just
in
linger.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even we tried them recently again.
Mhm.
Like I tried taking stamps again. Did it for a month. Was like, no, thank you. I am not about that.
Mm-mm.
But let's see. We've done. I don't think I've ever done codeine. Like I've never had a prescription for it.
No.
But like Opana and Concerta, or not Concerta, Opana. There's a couple of the like name
I
brand
don't know.
versions.
Opana. What
They're
is that?
Dilaudid, like
Oh,
extended relief
okay.
Dilaudid, extended relief morphine. I've done. What's another one? I was gonna look up the whole list because like the order you're supposed to take them in.
Their classifications.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
originally you would work your way up to like the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
It made sense, but now at least the last time I checked, the order was out of whack. Like you could start on fentanyl patches,
That's disgusting.
which is the last thing I tried, and had to be hospitalized. Almost.
Yeah, that's horrifying. I don't like. I would never even go near fentanyl.
right. And it wasn't that I was using it wrong. I don't
No.
want people to think I was like ODing.
No.
We absorb it quickly, and it just did not.
Yeah.
It was way too much for what I needed, so we had to stop immediately.
Yeah.
Like I did 2 days. That was it.
Yeah, because we know, like, with Ehlers-Danlos, we process medication weird,
Yeah.
just in general.
Most of
That's-
them made me nauseous, which is why I had to stop taking them,
Mhm.
which is why we kept switching because we were trying to find something that would long term last.
Yeah.
which was impossible. And
Well, and that's before you knew, like,
yeah,
and it's funny to think back too, because we always heard stories about like dad not being able to get drunk, right? And I think that was like our very first indication of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, and I mean, I'm still that way now, so I'm always like the last one drunk, first one sober.
Yeah.
That's my gig if I drink. I don't drink anymore because MCAS, but
Because MCAS.
yeah, because MCAS. But yeah, no, we do. We just, our bodies and medication are not great friends a lot of the time.
Well, and most of the other things I've tried, like extended reliefs of anything, any extended relief medication, and me just do not get along. Like I get very ill.
That's the whole problem, especially with the like pills you take. It's supposed to release part in your stomach, right?
Mhm.
And then the other part in your gut.
Yeah.
And our problem is that it's all in the stomach all the time. I remember way back when they were like, "Oh, you have like heartburn. Here, try these peppermint oil pills."
Yeah.
And then I was just burping peppermint, and then they were like, "Well, that shouldn't happen. It should be in your gut." And I was like, "But it's happening."
Yeah.
Because it's not going into my gut, it's staying directly in my stomach.
All right, so I found a list.
Okay.
Some of the stuff I was on isn't on here anymore, so we'll have to figure that out. But at least to like go through the ones I've tried. So like tramadol, I did that for a while. I did that post breaking my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Made me really nauseous.
Yeah.
Does not sit with me well.
It was like dizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oxycontin, which is what I take currently, like Percocet.
Yep.
Morphine tablets. I did hydromorphone. I've tried hydrocodone and ibuprofen. I never did. Like Lorcet.
Oh, ibuprofen, no.
Yeah, not with ibuprofen. The one
acetaminophen is Vicodin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is Lorcet, Lortab, Norcos, Vicodin, all those. All fall under that category.
Yep.
Then there's Oxycontin, which I tried.
Yep.
I remember that one made me super ill. That was my first one we tried, and I got super sick on it.
Ooh.
Like, I was laying on a couch trying not to throw up every couple of minutes.
Oh, God.
And I did that for a month, thinking that it would like eventually settle.
Even out? No.
No.
Your body's just like, get it out.
Butrans patches I've done. Again, my body like digests or absorbs it too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Fentanyl patches I've tried, which is the scary stuff.
Yep.
Like it's micrograms of what you're normally taking, and that's what they cut things with now. Like every illicit drug, they're like, throw fentanyl in it, let's kill people.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones that aren't on there. Like Opana was one. Just like name brands of other kind of like.
Yeah.
Because it was the extended relief formula that my stomach didn't like.
Yeah.
The only one that I could stomach was Xtampza, and that one still messed me up.
Yeah. Well, and then it creates this like really heavy dependency.
Yeah, oh yeah. Your body quickly is like, I need this
more
all
please.
the time.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer taking it in tablet form, because then it's at least it's when I need it, not
right. Well, and that's the thing is that like, I don't know, it's hard because we're always in pain, right? Mm-hmm. There's never a point where you're like, oh, I feel 100% amazing. But the medications come in when it's like do or die time, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's when you're like, I'm done. I have had it with the coping thing. I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I need relief because I need to take a break.
Yeah. And it's like depending on activities too. Like if I know something's coming up.
Yeah.
I want to try and have some already like put aside so that I know that day I can take what I need to function. Because I'll be doing something stupid.
I've done that before. Like I will, because it used to be that I would take it and it would knock me out.
Yeah.
Like if I had to take
early days, yeah, for sure.
That was when, let's see. So my first experience with pain medication was after the car accident, and I was on Vicodin, and I was concussed at the time. Like I was a complete fucking mess the whole time. And the Vicodin worked for like 3 days and then stopped. And that sucked. And then from there, Vicodin has never worked again.
Right.
Which is interesting. Yeah, weird. And then after that, it was the sciatica. And when I had sciatica, they gave me Percocet and cyclobenzaprine, which I would just pair and take. And that was like, if I had to take pain meds that day, I had to take the day off.
Right.
So that I could be unconscious. Because you can't be in pain if you're asleep.
Well, and
a
that's what it was
huge
used
lie.
for. That's especially with the cyclo. That
Yeah.
was definitely a nighttime combo. I remember doing that for my shoulders and back to try and calm the muscles.
Yeah. Well, and I would use it a lot for those mornings where, because it used to be like sciatica would wake me out of a dead sleep
Yeah.
at like 4 a.m. And then I would spend from 4 a.m. to like noon just crying because I couldn't get my back to like calm down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like Vicodins never worked again. And then I did Tramadol for a really short spin. I don't even remember what for, probably dental or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hated it. Like, it made me feel so dizzy all the time. Like, and dizzy in the way that, like, your eyes just can't focus.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So it was, like, just bleary, blah, blah, blah. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And then Percocet is what works.
Having run the gamut is handy. Like,
Mhm.
when dealing with doctors, to be like, you know, if I really wanted drugs, I could easily get
Right.
stuck
I
on
could stay
fentanyl.
on fentanyl. Right.
Like, that was an option. But we're doing it to try and function.
Right. Yeah.
Not for the fun.
And I'll do that accidentally sometimes, where I'll take it because I'm feeling shitty, and then I'm like, oh, I feel better, and then I clean my whole house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not what that's for. But it is today.
I thought you were going to say, when I'm feeling depressed, I take them. And I was like, that's not healthy.
No.
We got to not do that.
No. No.
That's the dark road.
Oh, by the way, yeah. Are you going to talk to your doctor about mirtazapine?
Oh, fuck. I was supposed to.
Oops.
I even had it written down in a note.
Oops.
No, we talked about methocarbamol this last time instead.
Oh, okay.
And Jen was trying to be sweet because I talked about like upping doses for the winter.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, let's jump on that." And I was like, "Not now. I don't want to bring it up yet. Like, that's dire. You
Right.
know, I don't want to be like, oh, this is the second time I'm meeting you, Megan. Let's up." But Jen did it. Scared the shit out of me.
Fine, yeah.
Well, and I was like, I don't. That's for later. Like, I assume you do that with some patients during the winter. I'm not looking to up right now.
Right.
She's like, okay, good. I was like, maybe like December, January when it's really bad. And then
I expect December.
And then we drop down during the summer. Like I try and go lower during the summer and then like balance it out, especially for surgeries. Like you want to be able to get pain relief.
Yes.
And if you're taking higher doses, that
yeah. Well, that's the thing is we build like crazy tolerance, and that's why like being able to take it when you need it is so handy.
Yeah.
Because, and that was always my fear of like working on like a pain contract or something and having like, oh, you have to take it at this time every day or whatever. And I'm like, but it would stop working. And that's like my greatest fear because Percocet is what works. I know it works. It works well with my body. Like it works. That's what it is. That's what I need. The end. And being able to like advocate that has been handy, especially like my dentist experiment where he was like, I don't normally do that. And I was like, but you're gonna, because I'm darling, apparently.
And you were giving me shit.
It's a lie. It's okay.
I mean, I used to do that. There was a time when I was taking like I was taking one every couple hours. And that doesn't work because your body adjusts way too quickly.
Yeah.
And you need it for pain relief. You don't need it. Like I didn't need all the time, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing I think is that I think a lot of addiction starts from a place of like pain and then fear of the pain.
Yeah.
So like you're in pain and you take it, and then when you come down, you have to be in pain again. But for us, it's like break time's over. All right. Right?
Yeah.
But like, can you imagine someone else who just had like knee surgery and they're generally fairly typical people, and then they're like, but what if it hurts again when I stop taking this? Or like, if I have to come off of this, it's gonna hurt again. And so that like fear of being in any kind of pain,
yeah, I didn't think about that.
Draws
Especially
out like,
because you still feel pain in the beginning.
Yeah.
So they know what bad is.
Yeah.
They know what bad is like
and
with
then you
their meds.
like are afraid of that.
So when they don't have meds, then there's
and so it just becomes this like
fear.
weird crutch where you're like put the blinders on and blind yourself to all the pain all the time.
Yeah.
And then you've created an addiction.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for us, and I think we have a leg up because we're always in pain.
Well, every time we've done anything like with meds, it's always been a very cautious, thought out.
Yes.
Like we've never been like, oh, let's just try it.
Right.
You know, it was always like, if I'm going to do this, there have to be rules, and I want to make sure that I don't end up in certain positions. And
well, I'm like checking in with our partners. And
yeah.
And now it's funny because Randy's just like, you idiot, take your meds. Like, I took it 2
Yeah.
days in a row, and I was pissed because I was like, I don't want to take it again. And he was like, oh, yeah, because that's how that works. Pain is definitely on a schedule.
Good for him.
And I was like, shut the fuck up. Fine, I'm taking my med.
I'm proud of him.
Right. Well,
into
he
submission.
came from like a total place
Right.
of like fear. He was afraid that I would become an addict, and that would be like the thing.
Man, that would have been so hard.
And
on
now
me.
he's so funny where he's like, just take your fucking meds,
Yeah.
stupid. I'm like, okay.
Jen's always been on the let's treat it.
Mm-hmm.
If there was ever a point where she was worried, I would think I would never would have even tried
Yeah.
it. I would have been too paranoid.
Right.
Like I would have doubted myself too much to even be like, well, you're right.
Right. Because we're like, I don't know. It's interesting because we know our shit for the most part, right? But we don't trust ourselves to like surrender any of that control, I guess.
It's all control, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. Because, like, if we wanted to go the just give me pain meds route, it wouldn't be that difficult.
Right.
It's far more difficult, I think, to have to, like, build those relationships and build trust. And
Well, it's worth it to do that anyways.
yes.
Like, to be in a position where if something goes wrong, you can ask.
Yeah.
You don't have to feel awkward about it. Like,
Right.
you know, accidentally being like, I need my meds stronger. Like, no, I don't. Sorry. She didn't mean it. She means later. And
Yeah.
Megan was like, yeah, no, we can do that. But I think you should wait. And I was like, oh, yeah, no,
Good.
I'm like
I'm
thinking
glad she's
January.
working with you guys and is, like,
Oh, yeah.
on top of it. That
She's super cool.
is a relief for me. Because I was like, oh my God, if you get someone horrible,
Oh
we
my
can't do
God.
that again, buddy.
Dude, it would have been bad.
No. Especially after having a good stretch. Like, no.
Yeah, everyone I've had at New Health has been awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and it sounds like they just genuinely care about people.
They
and
do.
They want to help people, and they're very whole person oriented, which is
They are.
amazing.
they remember you. You know, like we have actual relationships with all of the nurses there.
Yeah.
Like I know all the nurses. Like I know their names. We talk all the time.
Yeah.
It's weird to have that, like, not just you're meeting your doctor.
Yeah.
But to go in and be like, oh, I know who's behind the desk. I know who's running this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I know which doctor gets which nurse.
Right.
which
That's
is-
crazy. That is really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we haven't, I mean, besides when we were talking about when to start taking meds, we haven't really talked about meds
Right.
and
Well,
our
I think-
experience with them.
It's so hard because it is such a like taboo, and like it creates a lot of fear.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, like, again, with that almost like the empathy piece, right? Where we work our butts off to make those relationships and be like really careful about every single move when it comes to pain medication
Yeah.
and treating our pain. And then making sure that we have like some self-advocacy, but also not overstepping, because the consequences could be drastic and dire, and we don't have the option of like, let me just pop from ER to ER. Like,
Right.
somebody's tracking our shit, right? Not that we would do that. That sounds exhausting and horrible. No, thank you.
Oh my God, could you imagine? The energy I must take to be addicted to something blows my
Christ
fucking mind.
almighty. Yeah. Well, and I'm sorry, like their level of achievement, kind of amazing. Like,
Yeah, the amount of drugs they're on and the amount of shit they can get done to get said drugs.
yeah.
It's just superhuman.
Yeah. It's amazing to me. I'm like, you ever doubt you can get something done, just think about the neighborhood crackhead.
Can we do it?
He started with no shoes this morning, and then he bought like 80 grams of crack. I don't know.
How much is a lot
How
of
did he
crack?
get there?
That amount, the large amount of
I
crack.
don't know. I don't do crack. I don't know. But you know what I mean, right? Yeah. But no. But we also have seen the other side, right? Like we've seen those people
Oh yeah,
in action.
all the time.
Oh, I saw. So yesterday while I was in like fast track, I was sitting, my like curtained off area was next to a man who apparently broke his wrist. And she was just like, "Did you drive yourself?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." And she was like, "Oh, okay. Do you want like pain relief?" And he was like, "Nah, I broke it before. It's fine." And I was just like, "Me
Yeah,
too, buddy.
My
me
guy.
too." Yeah. And then they left, and he was like, and then that was it. Like, didn't say anything.
Yeah,
And
he
then
had
they
to-
came back to like set his arm, and he was just like, "All right, just fucking do it." And they were like, "Do you want Tylenol?" And he was like, yeah, let's try that." I was just like, "Yep, this This man,
Yeah.
he gets it.
Where you get the opposite of people like talking to each other very loudly after the doctor leaves about how, oh, you got to try harder. Oh, you got to try this. They're not going to give you anything if you act like that.
Yeah.
Like, guys, calm the fuck down. We can hear you. I'm in a whole other room with the door shut.
Slick. It's fucking weird.
No.
And I'm like, there's more effort put into like preventing other people from being comfortable than there is to actually solving the problem of addiction.
Feels that way sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, we're not helping addicts. We're just scaring people who probably actually need pain meds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're the only ones who get scared.
Well,
the addicts are like, fuck it, it's fine.
Right, because they can just go on the streets and get whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
That's not an option. I need curated care. You know what I mean?
Consistently and predictably.
Yeah.
Which would be like good. Let's do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's an interesting thing. Because yeah, there's so much fear that you just start out with. You're like, oh, but pain meds. And then some people, I've seen this in the forums before, where people like wear it as a badge of honor. They can do this without pain medication. And then they almost like it's like putting everybody who does need pain medication in this like little box of like, ugh, you're clearly not trying hard enough.
Right.
And you're like,
well, because the problem with that is that you're denying their experience.
Right.
Because they think theirs is clearly the worst and they can handle it. So why can't anyone else?
Right.
Well, you see, yours probably isn't that bad.
Well, and that's the thing is like different things are going to feel different ways to different people.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is. If we hadn't grown up with so much trauma, maybe our relationship with pain would be different. But we did grow up with a lot of trauma and a lot of like being in pain and not being believed along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of had to adapt. And so now lots of things that other people are like, that's super painful. We're like, is it?
Huh.
It's almost like temperature now. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, is it hot or is it me that's hot? Like, what is the temperature? I'm confused. They're like, does that hurt? I don't
like,
know.
Jen, touch me. Am I feeling hot or cold? Because I can't really tell.
I have no idea.
I feel one way, but
anymore.
I don't think it's true.
Yeah. Mm.
Who needs thyroids?
Yeah. Like the guy who did my x-ray was like, oh, you've had orthograms done? Like,
Yeah.
that's so painful. And I was like, is it? I'm not a good metric. I don't know.
Right.
What is painful?
That's why I try and bring it up when they do the pain scale to let them know what
Yeah.
my painful is.
Right.
Like, it's supposed to be the worst pain you've ever experienced, basically. Like, 10 is new bad, right? Yeah. So my bad is like, I'm like, well, maybe back surgery, like post-back surgery was pretty bad without morphine.
Yeah.
Like, that's up there. Or spinal taps where they have to keep stabbing you over and over again in the back.
Again and again and again.
Those are kind of bad.
Fuck that.
But that wasn't that bad, honestly.
Right. Well, and it's interesting, too, because when, like, I don't know, when people, like, hype up the pain around something and then you experience it and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
What? That wasn't that bad. This is fine. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But if you go into something and you're like, this is going to hurt, this is going to hurt, this is going to hurt.
Well, yeah.
Different.
You've lost already.
Right. Whereas I think we look at it like a challenge when people are like, that's going to hurt a lot. And you're like, oh. I wonder if it actually hurts that much.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Let's see how bad I can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've done that.
Yeah. It's our like self-destructive way of letting the pain in, I think.
Yeah.
It's that like, how much can I endure before I break?
A lot. But you shouldn't
Too
have
much.
to. I mean, I've had nurses and doctors tell me that you need to stop before you get to those points. Like
they do that all the time. And I'm like,
you can stop yourself.
know.
You're allowed to take care of yourself. Oh. But I'm not gonna, right?
I'm not.
That's not part of this. Do I have to take care of myself?
I would have to believe myself to take care of myself.
Can you just come home with me and reassure me that I actually have a problem?
It's like the first time my face swelled up and I was like, is this an emergency? Because I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's
like, is this a small problem or is this a bigger problem?
We always consult the nurse hotline.
I do the like chat with the doctor.
Yeah.
And they're always like, you should go to the ER. And I'm like, I'm not going to go to the ER. Okay, you should go to urgent care. I'm going to call them and tell them that you're on your way.
Well, and when you get there, they're like, why are you here? I'm like, oh, they told me to.
Yeah.
Like, but.
That's always my thing, too.
But then they don't want to hear that. They want to know the reason you're there, not the.
They told me to come in. I don't know.
I told them I had this, and now I'm here. They were worried? I don't know.
Well, oh my God. The last time I used a nurse's hotline was when, like, the very first time I watched a vein explode.
Mm.
And I went in because they were like, if that happens in your brain, you're going to die. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
Not to stress you out or anything.
What the fuck?
Stay calm.
And then I got there and he was like, that's an old bruise. It's been there for days.
The one you watched
And I was like,
happen.
shut the fuck up. I'm going home.
Screw you guys.
I'm done.
I'm
Goodbye.
going home.
Fuck that. Yeah. And that's how that went.
Yeah.
And then since then, I have no idea what's an emergency.
Me either.
I'm like, is it unbearable pain? No? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oh, scarlet fever? No, it's fine.
That's the
You
next
have
thing you're
strep?
going to get.
Well, I walked around with strep for a week.
I did too.
And they were like, you could get scarlet fever.
I went in.
I was like, well,
I got tested. They were like, no, you're fine. And then a week later, they called me back. Actually, it turns out it was strep. Like, well, I mean, a lot of good that does me now.
Right? Great. Thank you.
I already powered
Which
through
is
it.
funny because they thought you had mono for like 100 years.
I do have mono.
Forever?
Yeah.
Forever mono.
Well, I mean, you always have it once you have it.
Oh.
But I do have mono.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's not what was flared up or anything. That was all thyroid.
Yeah.
That was all dysautonomia. But that's why they did a test for it. Like, oh, you have mono. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
So they associated the symptoms with the fact that I was
okay.
mono positive.
I don't know how mono works.
I just know you can be contagious your whole life. So whenever I share drinks with people, I'm like, I have mono. Just to let them know. I don't want to be like that asshole.
Calling girls on the phone. You're like, hey, Stacey, I just got tested. And
It's like anytime I share a drink with Kaylee, like, Kaylee, I have mono. She's like, I would have got it by now. It's like, it's fine.
that's always how I feel about things. I'm like, if it would have happened, it would have happened already.
Yeah.
It's like when Randy had COVID.
Oh,
and I was
God.
like, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. Like this, there's no avoiding it.
Right.
At this point. And then I never got it and it was fine.
Tomorrow you're gonna have real bad like COVID symptoms. Be like,
Oh,
oh, you
fuck.
jinxed it.
Ooh.
I haven't heard that one. Stop it.
It's been so bad. It's been like yanking my jaw off to the side enough that I'm cutting my tongue on my teeth.
Yeah, the one that broke is doing that. Like
Yeah.
it's sticking out just enough where it catches,
Mhm.
and it's cutting. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
And then it swells up and gets more caught.
Yeah. It's not nice. And I've bit my lip and my cheek and all of it because crunchy.
That was good.
My jaw refuses to play ball.
God damn it! Now I want to pop all of my back. It's fine. It's fine.
I
You
may
don't
have made
need
a
to.
mistake though because I can
Oh,
hear
you get the
my
tremors.
ears are ringing and it's getting tight from my skull. Here we go. Real
You were
time.
not
Ready?
supposed to do that.
I'm going to fight it. And we'll just stay right here.
Yeah, but if you win, you're just gonna feel like you've wronged nature.
I kind of feel that way now. Oh, it's the throw up my lungs one. Okay. Or not. God damn it. I guess we're doing this now. I made a mistake.
It's time to stop.
I'm like, no, roll it out. It's fine. We're not doing it.
Oh God.
I can't.
You triggered yourself. You are now triggered
fuck.
officially.
Here we go. We're going to see. Does it actually look like a what's up? If I just... Fuck me. I hate this shit. God fucking damn it. Ow.
I feel like I should be curating it for the at-home listeners. So right now she's writhing in pain,
I'm not writhing. I'm twitching.
having spasms.
Jerking.
Yes, you're a jerk.
Turning inside out. Apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got to this position, but here we are.
Hey, it's what your body
this
thought
is what
needed
it wanted
to happen.
to do. Okay.
That's the healthy position.
She just do what she do.
Fucking Karen.
Gross. Owie. I had one so weird. Like it like pulled my esophagus to the side.
Ugh.
It was like, and it made this like really gross crunchy noise. I did not like that at all.
Probably like cartilage sound.
Yeah, I didn't like it. See, and my ear is ringing now.
She's making it up. This is all in her head. She does this for fun. She enjoys doing. Oh God, I hate just listening to all the things that I hear. You know what I mean? Like, ugh.
If I'm doing it for by myself. Ow, fuck. Never mind. Is it really for attention? Oh, there we go.
And you go and unset it.
Ugh.
You get it once, and then you're like,
Yeah.
maybe again.
I can still feel it, but it's like less intense.
Yeah.
My head still wants to go back, but it's only on this side now. And it's like it starts clear up in the crown of my head, and then it all goes, and then it goes boop in the back. And so it just pulls it all down. And then between my shoulder blades comes up and does the same thing. It's ridiculous. I hate it.
Bodies are weird.
They're fucking stupid. It's the dumbest shit.
Can you imagine having a normal one?
I don't. It's like neurotypical people.
What
Do
is
they
that?
really exist?
What is
I'm
normal?
not sure. Ugh. I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Like it's an option.
No,
I tried it
thank
out.
you.
I'm not. It's not for me.
Not a
Sorry.
fan. God
It
damn
was
it!
life.
If we reincarnate, like
With
I'm not
super
going back.
EDS.
Oh my god, no!
That's a new form. That
I'm gonna
is
die
to
and
be
just
discovered.
look at like my spirit guides and be like, no, I'm not going back.
Like
I'm gonna be a ghost for a while.
I've earned it.
Fuck you guys. I'm gonna
some free
float
time
around.
for my body.
And do nothing.
Oh.
Bother other people.
Apparently, I
For fun.
downloaded a PDF.
I don't know what the fuck has been going on, but my phone keeps opening and then I just keep going through things and moving shit that I didn't mean to move and sending emails that I didn't mean to send. That's fun. Sorry, tangent.
So all I ever do is send people weird ass TikToks that I send
And then
'cause
like
I'm
the
like
clicky.
asleep
Uh-huh.
and I fall asleep.
Or do you
And
get
then-
the one where your thumbs are twitchy and you accidentally like...
Yeah.
I used to play the dragon game, the Merge Dragons.
Yeah.
But the twitching got so bad that I was like clicking on shit. It was
Way to-
just frustrating.
way to
I had
make yourself
stop.
More self-conscious too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't even play Merge Dragons.
Because my fingers would be like, oh, we're hovering. No, we're tapping.
Yep. That sounds right.
Oh, that sounds wrong.
The price is wrong, Bobo.
You want to call it?
Yeah, I'm melting.
Yeah, I think it's time. All right, my friends. Thanks for coming along. We appreciate you.
Always.
Always, yeah. And feel free to join our Discord if you're coming along for maybe the first or second time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good community. We like them quite a lot.
Ooh, I also
good
wanted
peeps.
to ask them if they'd be interested in watching us play games and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do more.
I know. I was like,
random
we need to do
podcasty
like
things.
whisper challenge. I think that'd be fun as hell.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Little podcast challenge type things.
My
I think
head
that could be
just
great.
lives in this position now.
This is the
This
new
is it,
normal.
yeah.
Unapologetically
tell you.
you.
I'm sorry. I am very apologetic. I am apologetically me.
All right. Well, then on that note, let's say bye.
Love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.
All right.
Bye-bye.